Hello, everybody. Welcome to game number 3 between California and Puerto Rico in the wild card round, the Connie Mack League World Baseball Association Playoffs of 2024. Puerto Rico won the first two games of this series. A big 3-2 win in game one with a run in the seventh, a run in the ninth, and a convincing 8-5 win in game two. And now it'll fall upon Jonathan Sanchez to come in there and try to win this series. 12-9 this year, 4.04 ERA. On the mound is Gerrit Cole, 19-6 this year with a really high 4.46 ERA. You got California's lineup that needs to hit better. If you take a look at their lineup, I mean, Barry Bonds, 61 homers, 149 RBIs, bad 335. He's 0 for 1 this series, but a plethora of walks. McGuire, 53 homers, 135 RBIs, 2 for 6 this series. Teddy Williams, 29 homers, 102 RBIs, 3 for 7 with 2 home runs. Troy Tulowitzki, 29 homers, 94 RBIs. Joe DiMaggio, 31 homers, 93 RBIs. Nolan Arenado, 27 homers, 99. They have guys who can hit the ball out of the park. They just have to prevent runs from coming in. Meanwhile, you have Puerto Rico. There's seen their players just chip in offensively. Clemente's hit only the team's only home run. But they got some decent hitting from Mike Lowell. They got from Francisco Lindor, and they've got some hits here and there. And they're up 2-0. They have a chance to sweep California, who won 109 games this year. They're playing in Hiram Bithorne Stadium in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Partly cloudy, 63 degrees, wind blowing in from right. And we'll see what kind of game they're going to get here. So California is basically playing for their season. And this is a very big game for them. It goes without saying. Troy Tulowitzki is 2 for 9 this year with a home run and 2 RBIs. They do have guys who've really been hitting the ball well, but they're going to need to continue to do that, plus get some better defense and some better pitching. Without further ado, here we go. California down 0-2. The wind is blowing in from right today, so that should help the pitchers a bit. With a stadium at San Juan that could be more hitter friendly. There's a 2-2. Ground ball the third. And a nice play there by Mike Lowell for the first out. Joe DiMaggio 2 for 8 in this series with a home run. Take a look at the home runs here hit. And Ben only hit 3 here. DiMaggio 2 for 8. Let's see what he can do here. The 1-0. Drives it to left. This is high and this is deep to the track. But Gonzalez makes the catch. Out number 2. More like that ball was kept in the ballpark. 2 for 6 for Bonds. And they're going to be careful with him. It is a lefty, of course, but they're going to be extremely careful with him. 2 for 2 in the last game. 0 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout in the second game. 3-2 to Bonds. Swung on and miss. Got him with a nice change to end the inning. Down goes California and up comes Puerto Rico. 4 for 9 with an RBI this series for Francisco Lindor. Gerrit Cole, 19-6. 4.46 ERA, 208 strikeouts this year. Here's the pitch to Lindor. Weak pop-up right to the third baseman Arenado at number 1. Is a good start for him. He's going to need a very good pitcher performance. They're going to need it. 3 for 8 with an RBI for Alomar. 1-2. Drives it the other way. This is going to be for extra bases. Is on his way to second. Heading over to third. And a triple for Alomar. It's the one thing about keeping that ball in front of the defense here, and he just crushed it the other way. 6 for 8 for Roberto Clemente has driven in 2 runs. The 3-2 ground ball short. He'll fire it over the first. That'll be the first run of the ball game. We did give him money. What are you talking about? There wasn't any deal for that, and I'm not going to do that anymore. Here's the pitch. A line driving a base hit for Delgado. So nice single by Delgado here as he keeps the inning going for Juan Gonzalez. 4 for 8 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Struck him out, paints the outside corner. Great fastball there, but they do pick up a run on a triple and an RBI ground by Clemente. On to the second here. McGuire, Williams, and Arenado. 3 for 9 with a home run, 2 RBIs for McGuire. There's the 0-2 pitch. Struck him out outside corner. Nice slider there. Number 1. 3 for 8 for Williams. There's a drive the other way, but this will be caught by Gonzalez. There's a second put out of the game. Again, he just needs to be competent out there in left field. Do that. He's done his job. 4 for 7 with an RBI from Nolan Arenado. There's a 2-2. Had a very good year offensively. Line shot the other way, and there's a base hit. So he prolongs this inning. Chase Utley is 1 for 7. They're going to need his bat going. Ground ball to second. Alomar throws to first. That'll end the inning. Despite the hit by Arenado, nothing doing. At the bottom of the second, Rodriguez, Lowell, and Beltran. 4 for 7 with a solo shot for Ivan Rodriguez. Here's a 2-2. Swung on and miss. Nice slider there. That was a beautiful pitch. The 0-1 to Lowell. Drive to right field. This is playable for Williams for the second out. Carlos Beltran's 0 for 7 this series and really struggled this year, batting just 225. Swung on and miss. High fastball, and he got him. California is set to roll over the lineup here. Carter is 4 for 6 this series, then Cole, and then the top of the order with Tulo. A 2-2 to Carter. 21 homers, 71 RBIs, batted 285. Swung on and missed on a slider, strike 3. Gerrit Cole, the 1-2. He struck him out. Again, a nice slider. Tulowitzki, 0 for 1 today. The 0-2. Ground ball to second. Alomar will throw to first. Inning over. Bottom of the third now. Sanchez, then Lindor, then Alomar. The 0-2 to Sanchez. Kind of a nice fastball, 97 miles an hour. He's been throwing the ball pretty hard, though. Lindor with a weak pop up to Arenado's a drive to center, but DiMaggio chasing it. Near the track makes the catch for the second out. Alomar tripled and scored today. Here's the 0-1. Drives it to center, right at DiMaggio again. That'll end the inning. So through 3, Puerto Rico up 1-0. DiMaggio, Bonds, and Williams. The 1-1 to DiMaggio. Drives at the right field, but this is playable for Clemente for the first out. You take a look at California's lineup, and it's every at bat seems to it could be a game altering at bat. He's pitched well so far, but you always have to be wary of them because they could always make you pay at any point. The 2-2 to Bonds. Drives at the center, playing it deep, but Beltran under it makes the catch. It does help today. but the ball's being held in by the wind today. McGuire, the 3-2. Drive to left, playable by Gonzalez, ends the inning. Nothing across for California on top of the fourth. And it's up to Puerto Rico now to sort of do something and get some offense going. Clemente drives it to center, caught by DiMaggio's third putout in a row. Delgado, the 1-2. Ground ball to first. This will be unassisted. McGuire for the second out. Gonzalez 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the first. Drives it to center, and another putout by DiMaggio. Ends the inning. To the fifth we go. Williams, Arenado, and Utley. The 1-2 to Williams. Drives it to center. Beltran under this one, and he makes the catch. Oh, ball hit in the air, but not really well hit. Arenado singled to right, has been California's lone base runner. There's a drive to center, and once again, right at Beltran for the second out. Utley 0 for 1 on a ground ball out to Alomar. 2-2 and a ground ball base hit up the middle by Alomar, and he keeps this inning going. Carter 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch. Throw to second. They got him. Utley tries to surprise everybody and surprise no one at the end. He gets caught stealing as Pudge Rodriguez makes it look very easy on the 2-4 putout. Speaking of Ivan Rodriguez, he's up hitting. Then Lowell, then Beltran. The 1-1 to Ivan Rodriguez. Drives at the center. There's a base hit. Man on. Mike Lowell. Throw to second, not in time, and a steal for Ivan Rodriguez. Moves to second. The 2-2 to Lowell. Drives it the other way. Base hit. That'll be for extra bases. That's going to score and a run. Mike Lowell produces an RBI double for the 2-0 lead. Beltran 0 for 8 this series, 0 for 1 in this game. Ground ball to second will move the run over to third. There's the second out. There's the first out, excuse me. Sanchez, the 1-1. Drives it, base hit. 3-0. Puerto Rico. In comes Lindor. The 1-2. Swung on and miss. 100 miles an hour on a fastball. No chance getting that. Alomar, the 3-2. On ball to short. Tula will throw the first out of the inning, but they scored 2 runs. And it's now a 3-0 lead. Carter, then Cole, then Tulowitzki. I don't know if they're going to bring in somebody off the pinch hit here. The 1-0. Carter with a drive to left, caught by Gonzalez for the first out. Going to keep him in. The 2-2 to Cole. Swung on and miss, got him. Another slider. Pitch to Tulo. Swung on and miss. Fastball, that ends it. So through 6 innings, 5.5, excuse me, California's offense has been left cold by Jonathan Sanchez. You got Clemente, then Delgado, then Gonzalez. Pitch to Clemente. Struck him out. 96 miles an hour. Delgado's 1 for 2 today. Drives it the other way. There's a base hit by Delgado. Juan Gonzalez over 2. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and miss. Great curveball. For sure, he struck out 7. It's great stuff, but there's some pitch he hasn't located properly. The line shot right at Bonds to end the inning. We're down to the last 3 innings, potentially. California has to revive their offense, or they're going to wind themselves on the outside looking in. The 1-1 of DiMaggio lines in a base hit. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Leadoff single for DiMaggio. Bonds 0 for 2. Drives it high. Oh, this is gone. No doubt about it. Forget it. Opposite field home run, irrespective of the wind. And Barry Bonds, just like that, makes it 3-2. So Bonds with a big 2-run homer. A changeup that didn't change. Most likely changed area codes the way the ball was hit. Has now made it a 3-2, a 1-run game with McGuire coming up. Now, Sanchez has thrown 91 pitches. There's a 2-2 to McGuire. Swung on a miss. Great fastball there for out number 1. The 3-2 to Williams. Drives it to center. Caught by Beltran for the second out. Arenado 1 for 2. A 1-0. Drives it to right. Caught by Clemente. That'll end the inning, but they do pick up 2 runs. They have made this game interesting once more. Lowell, then Beltran, then Sanchez, maybe a pinch hitter. Come up. Here's the pitch to Lowell, who doubled and drove in a run. Ground ball to third, and Arenado threw the ball away, and on his way to second is Lowell on the throwing of Arenado, and an unforced error here. But here's the 0-2 to Beltran. Swung on and missed on a slider for strike 3. And that'll be it for Sanchez, who pitches 7 innings. And proceeded to give up 2 runs on a home run. Orlando Cepeda to come in and pitch hit. There's a pitch to Cepeda. He blasts it to left center, but it's caught by Bonds for out number 2. Francisco Lindor 0 for 3 today. Gonna see maybe get that run over to second. Coming to score. The pitch is a drive to right, pushing Williams to the track. But he hauls it in for the out. Despite the air is left stranded. Out of the bullpen today, in comes J.C. Romero. His second appearance, his last appearance resulted in 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, and an earned run, and a home run. We'll take a look at Sanchez's stat line. And his stat line is as follows: 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. Chase Utley has been removed from the game in favor of pinch hitter Aaron Judge. Chase Utley went 1 for 2. Aaron Judge, which is making his third appearance of this series, 0-0 for 1 the first game, and walked in the second. There's a pitch to Judge, the 2-2. Got him, struck out looking. Nice slider. There's out number 1. Gary Carter 0 for 2. There's the 1-0. Drives it to right. Fairly deep, but caught by Clemente with a second out. And Jeff Kent to come in and pinch hit. See what he could do with the bat. The 0-1. Ground ball right to second, but he'll beat the play as he squibbed it. And he's on it with an infield hit. In comes Tulowitzki. A 2-0. Lines it on a base hit. And this inning keeps going. First and second now with DiMaggio on, with two runners on, keeping a lefty in there. 1 for 3 is DiMaggio. He singled last time up the 0-2. Struck him out. Frozen with a fastball to end the inning. Despite runners on first and second, nothing across. And in comes Troy Percival. Gerrit Cole. From 7 innings of work. Take a look at the lineups here. Jeff Kent now playing second base. Let's take a look at everything here. Quiet first, Arenado, Ali's gone. Gerrit Cole, 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. Then comes Troy Percival. Percival's pitched in both games, 1 inning and 1 strikeout in the first game, 1 inning, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 2 Ks. So he's been hit pretty hard in the second game, and an extra day's rest, we'll see what he can do against Alomar, Clemente, and Delgado as we go to bottom of the 8th. They need to keep Puerto Rico off the scoreboard here. There's a pitch by Percival. Those are drive, high and deep. This is going to be extra bases. Alomar running to third, and once again, a triple. Two triples in a playoff game. Clemente. A weak pop up to the catcher. Carter. That's a first out. Is a big out here. Delgado at first. He's 2 for 3 today. They're going to intentionally walk him to set him up for Gonzalez, who's 0 for 3 today. There's the 1-2. Drives at the right field. Caught by Williams. He's going to come in and score. And before you know it, he scores in a run. So Gonzalez, with a sac fly RBI, to score Alomar to make it 4-2. And Gonzalez with his first sacrifice fly of this postseason. Here comes Rodriguez with Delgado at first. There's the 2-2. Drives it to left center, but under it is Bonds. That'll end the inning. 1 run and a big one. They're up by 2. Bonds now with a chance. Needs to do something. Here comes Willie Hernandez. Picked up a save in the first game, picked up a second to second. And once again, three outs away on a brink of elimination here. Jason Romero, 1 inning, 2 hits, no earned runs, and did strike out 2 men. We'll see what Willie Hernandez can do. As he's going to face Bonds, then McGuire, then Williams. The 2-2 to Hernandez, who has his wonderful screwball. 41 saves this year. Here's the pitch. Drives it to center. This is playable for Beltron. Mission accomplished. And there's the first out of the inning. McGuire. Here's the 1-2. Struck him out on a change. That's out number 2. They're 1 out away from sweeping California, a team that had won 109 games during the course of the regular season. You got to think about the 109 wins when you consider the division that they were in. Yes, there was Desert City that made the wild card, but there are a lot of teams that were around 500 or even below. So sometimes you win because the competition division is not that strong. But this game's not over yet, even with 2 outs. Ted Williams, the 3-2, drives at the right field. This is under for Clemente. This game's over. This game's over. Puerto Rico has done the unthinkable and have eliminated California. They win 4-2. They win the series 3-0. And are now going to advance into the divisional round. Puerto Rico sweeps California 3 games to nothing. And will move into the divisional round. I'm going to try to figure out who their next opponent's going to be. For California, a disappointing 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Puerto Rico. The winning pitcher is Jonathan Sanchez, who goes 1-0. You have Gerrit Cole, zone 1, and the third save in as many games for Willie Hernandez. Wind blowing at 11 miles an hour. So those pretty hefty winds there. And just a great win all around here for Puerto Rico. An utter shock by California, who will not be fighting for a chance for a championship. Really disappointing game for them. Roberto Clemente, who set the tone on the road in Yankee Stadium, going 6 for 8 and driving in, just driving the offense and playing a stellar right field, catching balls and especially intimidating players with his arm. It was just amazing how they played. But final score here, 4-2 for Puerto Rico. They sweep the series 3 games to none and onto the divisional round. For California, another offseason of head scratching and trying to figure out what needs to be done to make sure that this team um, becomes a championship team. They're a championship caliber team. They just have to behave in that manner. Well, on behalf of the WB8 Network, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please follow us on World Baseball Association page on YouTube. Thank you for listening. Take care. I'll see you next time. And probably in a couple of days, we'll have the other games going on. I think we're due for either Cuba versus Japan, definitely Ohio versus Pennsylvania, because that thing is going to end the game for that's going to be a barn burner. So on behalf of yours truly, thank you. Take care, everybody, and see you next time.